Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. So in today's video we are going to talk about this video of a palm color woman that is going viral on TikTok. It all started when she asked this question to black people, like what makes black women feel safe, seen and heard in shared spaces with white women. Now, while some may think this is a sincere attempt to understand, things didn't go quite the way she might have expected. Instead of black women answering her, a number of palm color women stepped up to call her out. They had some strong opinions about her approach, pointing out that by asking this question, she's essentially placing the burden of emotional labor on black women. Okay, so in these clips that I've collected for you guys, watch her own community of palm color people, women, suggesting that she's asking black women to educate her instead of doing her own research. Of course, she could have used some self-awareness here, like maybe start with a quick Google research instead of directly asking this question. Yeah, so watch these clips that I've collected for you guys, and I'll leave my own 2 cents at the end of this video, so make sure you watch the video up to the end. Watch this.
I have a genuine question for black women specifically. So if you're not a black woman or a woman of color, please don't comment on this video. Maybe look at the comments if this video gets any traction, but I really only want to be hearing from black women and women of color, because I've seen a lot about the blue bracelets on this app, and I think we're all in agreement that it's very performative and it isn't actually something that is for black women. It signifies to us, women who look like me, that we voted blue, but what I really want to know is, black women, what makes you feel safe when we're in shared spaces? What can I do, and those in my circles do, to make you feel seen and heard and safe when we are in shared spaces? Specifically,
I'm obviously not the demographic that you made it very clear you want the information from, but as a fellow white woman here, I'm going to try to call you in on this. What you're asking for is for black women to provide you unpaid labor in the form of education for something that is easily accessible by many black women directly on this app for free, geared towards white women or white folks in general. They come across my timeline all the time, so I highly doubt if you are within those spaces where you would want black people, indigenous people, or people of color to feel comfortable around you. Their content should be somewhere within your algorithm, right? But I have a feeling you've probably come across their content before and it's made you feel uncomfortable. Anti-racism education isn't going to be fucking comfortable. Period. And I'm assuming that might be why you made this video, so you want people to seek you out to answer it. Stop doing that. Don't do that. One of the simplest things you can do is to be proactive in putting the work in and being active within anti-racism.
Specifically, so if you're not...
I am not, obviously, but I hope you listen to me anyway. I know you meant well with this, but you are putting all the emotional labor onto black women. We need to stop going to them to ask how to be a better person. We should just be better. And that is the answer that you're looking for, to just be a good person. You should show with your actions that you are a safe space, not with your words, not with a blue bracelet. Show it. If you are able to, like if you're safe to do so, have those conversations with those difficult people. Stop trying to not rock the boat. There's so many people coming out, specifically white women, saying like they've had to unfriend people over this. Why were you friends with those people to begin with? You know what I mean? This should have happened a while ago. At the end of the day, past all this, you shouldn't be doing things to get people to like you. You should do things because you feel that it is right. I don't do it to make other people like me. You don't have to like me. I'm still going to make sure you have rights. You know what I mean?
As an FYI, don't ask people of color for emotional labor, because that's what you're doing. But there is nothing that we can do to make someone just inherently feel safe around us. We can't. There's nothing. There's literally nothing. They're just not going to feel safe around white people. Why would they? You know? And why does it matter if someone sees you as safe or not? That's centering your own feelings, because you want to make sure that someone's comfortable around you, but just leave them alone. That's like the best thing. Like, you can honestly just leave them alone. Leave them alone. Or if you see some fucked up shit happening, call it out. I once followed a white lady around the mall because she was following around a black woman with like an afro to make sure that she didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. Yeah, I was ready. Because she was like following this lady around. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? She was an old white lady. And I'm just like, I know what you're up to. Because she was like staring and shit and like muttering under her breath. And I'm just like, fucking say something, bitch. Anyway, like I didn't like follow close behind, but I was like, you know, keeping an eye. Anyway, I'm nuts. But like, if you see some fucked up shit, call it out. But otherwise, just leave them alone. Don't act like an asshole, you know? Stuff like that. Nothing is gonna... No bracelet, no vest, no nothing is gonna make a black person feel safe around you. Inherently. Never. It's never gonna happen. Instead, you know, do the work, talk to other white people about the fucked up shit that they do. And I'm not saying what you've done is fucked up shit, but like, don't ask black people for emotional labor, because that's just exhausting. And if you get into white spaces that are progressive white spaces filled with white ladies, start arguing with motherfuckers in the comments, because everybody shit to argue about. I did it. It's exhausting. Now imagine your everyday fucking life being like that, where white people are just asking you for emotional labor constantly. Like, bitch, research on your own. That's what I would say. Ugh. I know, because people ask me questions all the time, and all I do is Google it. You got Google too. Why don't you Google it? You know? We can do the research ourselves. We can figure it out. There's plenty of TikTok videos on here. Plenty of spaces, even on Facebook and stuff, that encourage anti-racism education, stuff like that. Don't ask black people for shit, though. Okay, don't do that. Just don't. And before you get defensive and be like, I just want to learn, I understand, but don't ask black people to educate you. Educate yourself. And then educate others.
Girl, look, this is a call-in. I'm saying this with love. They've been telling us what they've needed to feel safe for a very long time. This isn't a thing that you need to be asking black women. Because if you haven't figured that out by now, you haven't been doing the work by now. So they're done. They've done, and they have educated, and they have spent time, and they have worked. And you're not hearing them. So AOC is on TikTok right now. She's doing a lot of talk about what you can do. And it's all community. It's community building. It's holding each other accountable. I mean, there's so many things you can do. I don't know where you live. I don't know what you have access to. But you need to find a way to get involved in community to make your community safe. Safe. And that would include black people and people of color. I mean, they've been telling us this for decades. To educate yourself, to figure out what's out there, to get in community and to do these things. That's what you need to do. So you should go out and do it. If you want to do something with gun reform, you join Moms Demand Action. You could try to get into an elected position on a school board or something, or go to the school board meetings or go to town hall meetings and try to affect change. This isn't complicated. As much as it sounds complicated, this is about getting into community and attempting to affect change on a local level, because the elections are done. They're done. There's upcoming elections, state and local levels, that you could get involved with if you wanted to do something. But there's also plenty of groups out there that do a lot of great advocacy work. What you have in your area is what you're going to want to get in touch with. You don't need to do something on a national level. This is about affecting stuff on a local level and getting in community with local people. You don't have to attend a 100,000 person women's march. That did nothing last time. It made people feel better, but I didn't meet any friends when I was there in DC doing that. So you need to do some work internally, and figure out where your strongest opinions lie. Like, what is it for? Is it for disability advocacy? Is it for homelessness? Is it for, there's so many things out there that you could do that your area probably has some group associated with it. Get involved. Get your hands dirty. 'Cause that's on us. That's on us to be part of the community and to not look to other people to tell us what to do. We've been told. AOC is out here making TikToks about how to do it. There's been information for a long time on how to do it, and it's the work. It's actively doing the work without being told what to do. Women complain about it all the time about men. You know, how does he not know the laundry needs to get done? It's sitting right there. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So look around, see what needs to be done, and then do it without being told.
I want to believe your video is well-intentioned. Seems well-intentioned. I'm going to come with my big but. But the 2016 election happened. 2020 happened. The Black Lives Matter movement happened. And you're now, in 2024, asking black women what they need to feel safe? Do you see how that comes across as not well-intentioned? And do you see how it can kind of come across as you, for lack of a better word, virtue signaling? And basically wanting to be perceived as not one of the bad white women? Your comment section is flooded with black women telling you they never feel safe. And it surprises me that you don't know that. And again, it surprises me that these past 4 years happened. The election happened. And again, I know, well-intentioned, I know. But instead of using your phone to Google, how can I be anti-racist? How can I help black women? What can I do to make black women feel safe? You placed the burden of education on black women who don't owe you a damn thing. It is not the burden of black, brown, and indigenous people to teach you their struggle. It is not their burden to teach you their generational trauma. It is your burden. It is your, for lack of a better word, cross to bear. And again, I know you seemed very well-intentioned. I'm going to keep saying that because I know that if this gets on a certain side, feathers are going to get ruffled. But it's not up to minorities to teach us what they need to feel safe. It's up to us to teach us to be a safe space. It's up to us to buy the books about anti-racism. It's up to us to have conversations with our white friends. It's up to us to go to those family dinners and look at our moms and our dads and our aunts and our uncles and say, why'd you do that? Why'd you feel so comfortable to do that? It's up to us. So I really, really hope that within the dog pile that's happening to you right now, you see this and know that my intentions are to call you in and not call you out. Because again, you seem like you really want to help. And if you really want to help, it starts by keeping silent and listening and not talking.
Okay, so we've heard how her own fellow white women, her own community, because there were some videos from men disagreeing with her, including palm color women disagreeing with her approach. In fact, they've gone as far, they went as far as calling her out. And honestly, who am I to say otherwise? Okay, it's clear that some people within her community believe she's putting emotional labor on black women instead of doing her own work, her own research. I mean, Google is free. You know, she can find out this kind of information by listening to black people, black women on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube. I mean, all those social media platforms are literally free. You know, since she wanted to hear from black people, black women directly, I guess that's where my next video comes in. I mean, after this video, I'm gonna upload a video of black women responding to this woman. Like, they came out in numbers, including men got involved, but this question was directed to black women. So I guess I'm not going to include clips from black men. If you'd love to watch if you would want me to include clips from black men, please indicate this before 3-4 hours from now. Okay, so but before we go there, let me add a few thoughts on this. Apart from the fact that she's leaning on black people, black women, to do her emotional labor, there's something deeper here. Black women and black men have been talking about this kind of dynamic for years, for decades. Even I can't help but wonder if she's simply been listening at all. I mean, I'm new to this, you know. I just started learning about the history of black Americans, but I've learned so much. I mean, what more a person who was born and bred in the USA? I mean, she has to know better, okay? And honestly, I can't help it but notice that there's been a lot of this kind of work curiosity lately, especially after Kamala Harris lost to Trump in the polls. Maybe that's maybe that's what has some white people finally starting to question things. But it's still, is it genuine? Is it a genuine question from this palm color woman, or is it a passing moment? At the end of the day, if she really wanted to know what makes black women feel safe, you know, seen and heard, according to her, she could have started with a simple Google search, okay? Or simply she could have gone to TikTok and asked the same question she asked black women. I mean, a lot of videos responding to her question would have popped up on the screen, I guess. Yeah, but she could have just simply gone to Google and asked the same question. I mean, like I said, Google is free. There's already a wealth of information out there, I believe so, written by black women, black men who have repeatedly voiced that they want to be left alone, to live their lives in peace. It doesn't take much effort to find it, okay? And especially with what happened like 5 days ago, 7 days ago, you know, black women have respectively asked other races like to leave them alone for now. Okay, just leave them alone for now. Okay, so what comes next? Well, if she's really that interested in hearing from black women, black voices on this topic, I'll be sharing some perspectives in my next video, and I hopefully that she comes across that video. Yeah, and that will make it clear why questions like this and how they are asked matter. You guys, I just want to say thank you for sticking around, for watching this video up to this end. I know it's not easy, but I appreciate it, and I know it's not that easy, like really. And I don't take this for granted. Let me take this opportunity to say thank you guys for watching this video up to the end. I'll see you in my next video. But before I go, let me insist on you guys to tell you guys to say, make sure you subscribe to this channel, make sure you give it a like, and make sure you engage by commenting on this topic. It will go a long way. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.